Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp. As we head into the big game in the NFL next Sunday, it's time for me to release my Super Bowl 49 teaser pick for this week. Now for those of you who are not as familiar with the teaser, it's a nice way to add some value to the NFL odds by adding or subtracting points from the spread or the total to give you a little bit more value. So say the total is at 48 points like it is now. If you wanted to bet the over, you could tease that down to 42 points and bet the over at that number, or if you wanted to bet the under, you could tease it up to 54 points and bet the under there. So we'll utilize that as well at the spread here in this year Super Bowl. But starting with the spread, I think we have a lot of value opening up here, even with the odds moving here for the Patriots. We've seen Patriots go from a pick'em to -1 favorites, and they're even -2 favorites in a couple of instances. However, I still think there's value there despite crossing zero. I think +5, or if you want to use a 7-point teaser, +6 on the Patriots is going to be even better value here this week against the Seattle Seahawks. I'm a little concerned about the Seattle secondary and their health. Richard Sherman, of course, sprained his elbow, even though he says he's going to play. He's not going to be 100% obviously with that arm, and even more so, Earl Thomas dislocated his shoulder. These are both injuries obviously these two guys can play through, but it's not going to be too comfortable, and I think it should limit them just enough to where the Patriots are going to be able to edge out this game. I also think that both defenses and running games are pretty much on the same level. It's going to boil down to quarterback and passing play, and I think we both know that we'd take the Patriots in that matchup 9 times out of 10. So I think +5, pretty good value here on the New England Patriots to the spread, going from -1 to +5 on a 6-point teaser. Now, speaking of the total, which we talked about just a little bit earlier, it's at 48 points, and I am going with the under in this one, teasing it all the way up to 54. I think that's absolutely a better value than betting on the over at 42, even though I think there is some value there too as well, because I think the final score is probably going to be around 24-20 in this one. But obviously the under at 54 points, that would give us 10 points of extra leeway there. I think that's a lot of extra points there for these two teams, especially with the way these two defenses have played. If you disregard the game that the Patriots played against the Ravens earlier in the playoffs, I think you'll see that both of these defenses match up pretty well and are likely going to limit one another at least a little bit early on in the game. I think both of them likely going to lean heavy on their running games. Would not surprise me if we see the ball rush more than 50 times combined between the two clubs in this game. And if that happens, I think the under just even more value in that case. So for our 6-point teaser for the Super Bowl, going with Patriots +5, under 54. Best of luck to you on that one. Make sure to check out some more of my NFL Super Bowl plays. Obviously the early prop betting picks coming out later this week, and all of our Super Bowl coverage next week here at Sportsbook Review. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of the Sharp Pick.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.